Most people dream of becoming rich. They dream of financial freedom, of never worrying about bills, of traveling where they want, buying what they want, and giving their family the life they deserve. But here is the truth. Most people never get there. Why? Because they do not understand how wealth is built. They chase money, but ignore the real assets that create money. They look for shortcuts, but miss the foundations. My friend, if you are watching this video, you are different. You are searching. You want to learn. And today, I will show you 6 powerful ways to get rich. More importantly, I will reveal 5 assets that are guaranteed to make you rich if you understand them, build them, and protect them. This is not about luck. This is about principles. This is about power. So listen closely. Take every word seriously. Do not just watch for entertainment. Watch with focus. Because these lessons may be the turning point of your life. Way 1. Build asset of knowledge. The very first way to get rich is through knowledge. But let us pause here for a moment and think carefully. What do we really mean by knowledge? Some people think knowledge means memorizing facts. They think it is about remembering dates from history, formulas from math, or definitions from a textbook. But real knowledge is something much greater. Real knowledge is not just information. Real knowledge is information applied. It is information used to solve problems, create solutions, and bring value to the world. We live in a time where information is everywhere. If you want to know the capital of a country, you can search it in seconds. If you want to know how to bake a cake, you can find 100 videos in minutes. If you want to understand business, you can read thousands of articles instantly. Information is cheap, but knowledge, true knowledge, is rare. Why? Because knowledge requires action. Knowledge is information you take, process, and then apply to life. Knowledge is wisdom. Knowledge is experience. Knowledge is learning something and then using it to improve yourself and others. Let me give you an example. Imagine 2 people. The first one reads 10 books about swimming. He memorizes every stroke, every breathing technique, and every tip about how to float. The second person jumps into the pool, practices, struggles, drinks a little water, but keeps going. After some time, who is the real swimmer? The second one. Why? Because knowledge is not just knowing, knowledge is doing. If you study the richest people in history, Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and so many others, you will see one clear pattern. They are not ordinary learners. They are learning machines. They do not stop. They read, they think, they experiment, they fail. They try again. Their brain is like a factory. Every new idea they read, every new skill they practice, every new lesson they learn becomes raw material for that factory. And out of that factory comes new businesses, new inventions, new investments, and new opportunities. Take Warren Buffett as an example. He is one of the richest men on earth. Do you know what he does most of the day? He reads. He spends about 5 to 6 hours every single day reading newspapers, company reports, books, and financial documents. When asked about the secret of success, he pointed to a stack of books and said, "Read 500 pages every day." That's how knowledge works. It builds up like compound interest. Elon Musk, who built companies like Tesla and SpaceX, once said that as a child, he would read 2 books a day. When he wanted to start rockets, he did not go to rocket school. He read books on engineering, physics, and space. Then he applied that knowledge. When he wanted to build electric cars, he read about energy and batteries. Then he applied that knowledge. Bill Gates is another example. He reads about 50 books a year, and these are not light books. These are books about science, history, innovation, and technology. For him, reading is not just a hobby. It is a way to expand his mind, to discover opportunities, to think in new ways. Now, you might say, "But I don't have money to buy books or pay for expensive courses." My friend, that is just an excuse. Today, knowledge is more available than at any other time in history. You can go online and learn almost anything for free. YouTube has lessons on every subject. There are free online courses from universities. There are podcasts, articles, and ebooks that anyone can access. The problem is not access. The problem is discipline. Most people waste hours every day scrolling through social media. They spend hours watching gossip, funny videos, and celebrity drama. But the wealthy spend those same hours learning skills, reading ideas, and feeding their brain. That is the difference. It is not about talent. It is about habits. It is about choices. So the first and most powerful asset that will make you rich is knowledge. But not just any knowledge. It must be specialized knowledge. This is the kind of knowledge that solves problems. The kind of knowledge that makes you valuable to others. For example, a doctor has specialized knowledge in medicine. When someone is sick, people are willing to pay him for his expertise. An engineer has specialized knowledge in building bridges or machines. When companies need solutions, they pay him well. An investor has specialized knowledge in reading markets. He knows when to buy and when to sell. And because of that knowledge, his money grows faster. The more specialized your knowledge, the more valuable you become. Think about it. If you only know what everyone knows, you will be paid what everyone is paid. But if you know something rare, something unique, something that solves a real problem, then money will chase you. You will not have to beg for opportunities. Opportunities will find you. Knowledge is like a seed. You plant it daily. Every book you read, every video you watch with focus, every course you complete, every new skill you learn. That is like watering the seed. At first, you see nothing. Days pass, weeks pass, and it feels like nothing is happening. But underground, something is growing. Roots are forming. And one day, that seed breaks through the soil. It becomes a small plant.
If you keep feeding it, it grows into a tree. And that tree will provide fruit for the rest of your life.
The fruit of knowledge is wealth, freedom, confidence, and opportunity. But remember, just as a farmer must plant daily, you must learn daily. Do not wait for tomorrow. Start today. Spend at least 1 hour every day feeding your mind. Read something useful. Watch something educational. Listen to something inspiring. Write down what you learn.
Apply it in your life. Knowledge is the foundation of all wealth. Without it, you are building your life on sand. With it, you are building your life on rock. And a house built on rock will stand no matter how strong the storm. So, if you want to be rich, do not only ask, "How can I make money?" Ask, "How can I grow in knowledge today?" Because when you grow in knowledge, money will follow you. It cannot resist. Way 2. Build the asset of skills. Knowledge is power, but knowledge alone is not enough. Knowledge becomes real power only when you use it. And that brings us to the second way to get rich: skills. Skills are knowledge in action. Skills are the ability to take what you know and apply it effectively in the real world. Without skills, knowledge is like a car with no fuel. It has potential, but it cannot move you forward. Think about this. Many people know about health and fitness. They have read articles, they have watched videos. They can explain what foods are healthy and which exercises are best. But knowledge alone does not give them a strong body. Only those who practice consistently, who wake up early, who lift the weights, who go for the run, only they see the results. Why? Because they turned knowledge into skill. It is the same with money. Almost everyone knows they should save, invest, and avoid debt. Almost everyone knows they should learn to budget, create multiple streams of income, or start a business. But very few actually do these things. Why? Because they have not built the skills. They know in theory, but they lack the practice. The rich understand that skills are the tools of wealth. They treat skills like weapons in a treasure chest. The more weapons you collect, the stronger you become. Skills such as sales, communication, negotiation, leadership, creativity, marketing, investing, and problem-solving are all tools that help you create value. And here is the best part. Skills cannot be taken from you. If you lose all your money, you still have your skills. If your business fails, you still have your skills. If the economy crashes, you still have your skills. And with those skills, you can rebuild again. This is why skills are one of the most powerful assets you can ever own.
Let us look at some examples of high-value skills. Sales skills. Sales is not just about selling products. Sales is about influence. It is about persuasion. It is about understanding what people need and helping them see the value in what you offer. The richest entrepreneurs in the world are all great salespeople. They know how to present ideas, how to inspire confidence, and how to move people to action. Communication skills. No matter what field you are in, communication is key. You might have the best knowledge in the world, but if you cannot explain it clearly, if you cannot inspire others with your words, your value is hidden. Communication opens doors. It helps you build networks, create partnerships, and lead people. Leadership skills. Leadership is about guiding others, not just yourself. A leader sees the big picture. A leader takes responsibility. A leader inspires others to work toward a vision. Every great company, every great movement, every great team is built by leadership. The ability to lead is one of the highest paying skills in the world. Technical skills. In today's world, technology is everywhere. Learning technical skills, whether coding, design, data analysis, or digital marketing, can put you in high demand. These are the skills that allow you to build systems, solve complex problems, and create products that the world needs. Creative skills. Creativity is not just about painting or writing. Creativity is about solving problems in new ways. Creative thinkers find opportunities where others see obstacles. They invent new products, new businesses, and new approaches. Creativity, combined with discipline, is a powerful path to wealth. Money management skills. This may be one of the most overlooked skills. Many people can earn money, but they do not know how to manage it. They spend too much, save too little, and invest poorly. Learning how to budget, how to invest wisely, how to understand risks and returns, these are skills that directly build wealth. Now, you may ask, but how do I build skills? The answer is simple. The same way you build muscles: practice, repetition, effort. You do not become a skilled communicator by reading one book about speaking. You become skilled by speaking often, by making mistakes, by improving each time. You do not become a skilled investor by watching one video. You become skilled by studying markets, by making small investments, by learning from experience. Skills are built through action, not just theory. And here is something important. You must focus on high-value skills. Not all skills are equal. Some skills will pay you little. Some skills will pay you much. For example, knowing how to cook is a skill. It can help you in life. But unless you are a chef or restaurant owner, it will not make you rich. On the other hand, knowing how to sell, how to invest, how to manage people, or how to innovate, these are skills that can multiply your income many times over. So, ask yourself right now, what skills am I building? Are they skills that people are willing to pay for? Are they skills that make me valuable in the marketplace? If the answer is yes, then you are moving in the right direction. If the answer is no, then you must change your focus. Do not waste time on low-value skills. Invest your energy in high-value skills. Remember this truth: money follows skills. The more valuable your skills, the more valuable your life becomes. If you want to double your income, do not only ask for a raise. Ask, how can I double my skills? Because when your skills grow, your income grows automatically. The path to wealth is not luck. It is not chance. It is built by people who take the time to sharpen their tools, to improve their skills, and to make themselves so valuable that the world cannot ignore them. You do not need to be the smartest person. You do not need to be the luckiest. But you do need to be the person who practices, who builds, and who keeps improving. So, my friend, begin today. Choose one high-value skill you want to master. Commit to practicing it every day. Learn from books, from videos, from mentors, but more importantly, apply what you learn. Step by step, your skills will grow. And as your skills grow, your wealth will follow. Way 3. Build the asset of time mastery. Now, let us talk about the most precious asset of all: time. Time is life. Time is wealth. Time is opportunity. Time is everything. Yet most people treat time as if they have an unlimited supply. They waste hours every day watching television, scrolling endlessly on social media, gossiping about others, or doing activities that bring no progress. And later, they sit back and wonder why they are not rich, why they are stuck, and why their dreams are not coming true. The answer is simple. They wasted the one thing they could never get back: time. The truth is that time is more valuable than money. Think about it. If you lose money, you can earn it again. If you fail in business, you can rebuild. If you lose a job, you can find another. But if you lose time, it is gone forever. You cannot rewind yesterday. You cannot buy back last year. You cannot purchase more hours in a day. Once time passes, it is lost for eternity. The rich understand this truth deeply. That is why they guard their time like a treasure. They treat each minute as if it has value. They do not allow just anyone to waste their hours. They are careful about what they watch, who they spend time with, and what activities they choose. They schedule their days. They focus on priorities. They eliminate distractions. They understand the difference between being busy and being productive. This is one of the greatest differences between the rich and the poor. Poor people often say, "I don't have time." But what they mean is, "I don't manage time." They spend their days reacting to life instead of directing it. They do whatever feels urgent instead of what is important.
They let time slip away without realizing its value. Rich people, on the other hand, do not let the clock control them. They control the clock. They decide where their hours go. If you want to be rich, you must master your time. You must treat it as your most valuable currency. One simple way to begin is by waking up earlier. When you wake up early, before the noise of the world begins, you give yourself quiet hours of focus. Many of the most successful people in history, leaders, thinkers, entrepreneurs, are early risers. They use those morning hours to think, plan, read, and work on important goals before distractions appear. But waking up early is not enough. You must also plan your day. A day without a plan is like a boat without a compass. It drifts wherever the wind takes it. To master time, you must know where your hours will go before the day begins. Write down your priorities. Decide what tasks truly matter. Then commit to finishing them before anything else. Here is another powerful idea, the 80-20 principle, also known as the Pareto principle. It states that 20% of your actions create 80% of your results. In other words, not all activities are equal. A few tasks bring most of your success, while many tasks bring very little. Rich people understand this, and they focus their time on the 20% that produces results. They do not waste time on low-value tasks. They put their energy into high-value activities that bring growth, money, and opportunity. For example, if you are a business owner, calling one big client may be worth more than answering 50 small emails. If you are a student, studying one core subject deeply may be worth more than casually flipping through many chapters. If you are building a skill, 1 hour of focused practice may be worth more than 3 hours of distracted effort. The key is not just working hard, but working on the right things. You see, every rich person in history has had the same 24 hours as you. Bill Gates has 24 hours. Elon Musk has 24 hours. Oprah Winfrey has 24 hours. The difference is not the number of hours, but how they use them. They protect their time. They value their time. They direct their time toward goals. That is why they are rich. Think about how most people use their time. Hours spent on television. Hours spent scrolling aimlessly on social media. Hours spent gossiping about celebrities or neighbors. Hours spent worrying but not acting. If you add it up, you will see that millions of people throw away years of their life. And what do they get in return? Nothing. Meanwhile, a focused person can use those same hours to build a business, master a skill, grow their health, and create wealth. The difference is not intelligence. The difference is not luck. The difference is time mastery. So, how can you begin to master time today? Start with these simple steps. 1. Wake up earlier. Even one extra hour in the morning can change your life if you use it wisely. Read, exercise, or work on a goal during this hour. 2. Plan your day. Before you go to bed, write down 3 important tasks you must complete tomorrow. Focus on finishing them no matter what. 3. Cut out distractions. Limit social media, reduce television, and avoid gossip. Ask yourself, is this activity helping me grow or wasting my time? 4. Focus on the 20%. Identify the activities that give you the biggest results and make them your priority. 5. Protect your time. Learn to say no to things that do not serve your future. Every yes to something small is a no to something great. Remember this truth. Time is life. Time is wealth. Time is opportunity. If you waste time, you waste your life. If you value time, you value your life. Mastering your time is mastering your destiny. So, my friend, take this seriously. Do not treat time like an endless supply. Every second that passes is a piece of your life gone forever. Choose wisely how you spend it. Build your dreams, not your distractions. Because when you master time, you master wealth. Way 4. Build the asset of money discipline. The 4th way to get rich is by mastering one of the most powerful assets in life, money discipline. Many people think that becoming rich is only about earning more. They believe that if they get a higher salary, start a business, or win the lottery, they will automatically become wealthy. But that is not true. Making money is only one part of the equation. Keeping money and making it grow is the real skill, and most people fail here. Think about it. Many people earn a decent income, yet they remain poor or live paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because they do not have discipline with money. They spend everything they earn, often on things that do not create value. They live above their means, trying to impress others with expensive cars, flashy clothes, or fancy gadgets. They borrow money to show a lifestyle they cannot afford. And when emergencies come, like illness, car repairs, or unexpected bills, they have nothing saved. The cycle of earning and spending keeps repeating, and they never build wealth. The rich are different. The rich understand the power of money discipline. They know that wealth is not about how much you make. It is about how much you keep and how wisely you grow it. They practice self-control, plan their finances, and make strategic choices. They do not spend impulsively. They do not buy luxury items first. Instead, they buy assets first, things that create income, grow in value, or produce opportunities. Only after their assets produce income do they allow themselves to enjoy luxuries. Let us give an example. Imagine 2 people, Anna and Ben. Anna earns $5,000 a month. She spends most of it on fancy clothes, eating out, and the latest gadgets. She has little savings, no investments, and often relies on credit cards to cover unexpected expenses.
Ben also earns $5,000 a month, but he spends $2,000 on living expenses, saves $1,500, and invests $1,500 in assets like stocks, a small business, or education that grows his skills. After 10 years, who is wealthier? Ben. Why? Because Ben learned the skill of money discipline. A simple but powerful rule can change your financial life. Pay yourself first. This means that before you pay bills, before you buy clothes, before you spend money on entertainment or anything else, you set aside a portion of your income for yourself. This can be for savings, for investments, or for building assets. Even if it is small, doing it consistently makes a huge difference over time. It is like planting seeds every month. At first, you may not notice the growth, but over time, your money compounds, grows, and multiplies. This is the secret that most people overlook. Discipline with money also means living below your means. Many people earn more but spend more. They never see their savings grow. The wealthy, on the other hand, often live modestly compared to their earnings, especially in the early stages of wealth creation. They delay gratification. They understand that every dollar saved and invested is a step closer to freedom. Luxury can wait. Wealth cannot wait. Another important principle is letting money work for you. The rich do not only save, they invest. They understand the difference between expenses and assets. An expense takes money out of your pocket. An asset puts money into your pocket. Buying a car that depreciates is an expense. Buying a business, stocks, real estate, or even education that increases earning potential is an asset. Discipline is knowing the difference and choosing assets over instant pleasure. Consider Warren Buffett again. He is one of the richest people in the world, yet he lives a surprisingly modest life. He drives his own car, lives in the same house he bought decades ago, and avoids unnecessary spending. Why? Because he understands money discipline. Every dollar he does not spend is a dollar that can grow into more money through investments. This principle repeated over years creates unimaginable wealth. Discipline with money is also about consistency over time. Wealth is not built in one giant step. It is built through small, repeated actions done daily, monthly, and yearly. Saving a little every month may seem insignificant at first, but over 10, 20, or 30 years, it compounds into life-changing wealth. This is the magic of disciplined, patient financial habits. Finally, money discipline teaches you control over your life. When you manage your money wisely, you are no longer a slave to circumstance. You do not have to worry about unexpected bills or sudden expenses. You can make choices freely. You can take opportunities that others cannot afford. You have independence. You have freedom. And freedom is one of the true forms of wealth. So, my friend, If you want to get rich, start today. Begin with small steps. Save a little. Invest a little. Delay unnecessary spending. Build assets. Learn to control your desires. Be patient. Over time, your money will grow quietly, steadily, and powerfully. Remember this truth. It is not how much you earn, but how much you keep and grow that determines your wealth. Money discipline turns ordinary people into millionaires. It is the skill that protects your wealth and multiplies it. Master it, and you will not only earn money, you will own it. You will make your money work for you, and your future self will thank you every day. Way 5. Build the asset of networks. Here is a secret that most people do not realize. Wealth is rarely built alone. Success is not only about hard work, intelligence, or luck. It is also about the people you surround yourself with. Wealth is built through people, with people, and for people. And this is why the 5th way to get rich is by building the asset of networks. Your network is your net worth. The people around you influence your thoughts, your habits, and your opportunities. If you spend time with lazy people, you will slowly adopt laziness. If you spend time with negative people, their pessimism will rub off on you. If you spend time with people who complain about life instead of taking action, you will begin to see life the same way. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with ambitious, positive, and driven people, their energy will motivate you. Their mindset will inspire you. Their habits will influence you. This is why the people in your circle matter so much. The rich understand this deeply. They do not build wealth in isolation. They create circles of influence. They intentionally connect with mentors who have already achieved what they want. They build relationships with partners who complement their skills. They learn from leaders who have walked the path before them. They surround themselves with other dreamers, thinkers, and doers. They collaborate, exchange ideas, and support one another. Wealth grows faster when it is shared and multiplied through relationships. Think about a simple example. Imagine you are an entrepreneur with a small business. If you know someone who has experience in marketing, you can learn from them and reach more customers faster. If you know someone who can introduce you to investors, you can grow your business without struggling to find funding. If you know someone who is highly skilled in operations, they can help you streamline your work and save time. One connection with the right person can change the direction of your life forever. This is why building a network is not about collecting contacts or having hundreds of friends on social media. It is about building meaningful relationships. It is about connecting with people who inspire you, challenge you, and push you to grow. It is about creating trust, giving value, and helping others succeed. When you help others grow, doors naturally open for you in return. People want to support those who support them. They want to share opportunities with those who add value. Ask yourself this question honestly. Who is in my circle? Do the people around me lift me up or pull me down? Do they encourage me to reach higher or keep me stuck in comfort? Do they inspire me with action, discipline, and ambition? Or do they drain my energy with negativity and complaints? The quality of your network will reflect in the quality of your life and success. Building a network requires intention. It is not something that happens by chance. You must seek mentors, attend events, join communities, and engage in environments where growth is the standard. Surround yourself with people who are ahead of you in some way, mentally, professionally, or financially. Learn from them, emulate their habits, and contribute where you can. Do not be afraid to reach out and ask questions. The right person may respond to a single message, a phone call, or a meeting. Every relationship is an opportunity to learn and grow. Remember that networking is also about giving, not just taking. Offer help, advice, or support. Share your skills and knowledge with others. When you give first, you earn trust and respect. Opportunities will flow naturally to you because people remember those who help them in meaningful ways. The more value you bring to your network, the more value comes back to you. This is a simple but powerful principle. Give value, and wealth, opportunities, knowledge, and money follow. Another important point is that networking is long-term. Relationships take time to grow. You cannot expect instant results. But the seeds you plant today will bear fruit in the future. A mentor may not provide guidance immediately. A connection may not give you an opportunity this week, but over months and years, consistent effort in building strong relationships will pay off immensely. Look at history and the lives of successful people. Warren Buffett has built many of his businesses and investments through trusted relationships with partners and mentors. Richard Branson often talks about the importance of surrounding himself with talented and driven people. Oprah Winfrey has achieved incredible influence and wealth by building a network of strong connections, collaborators, and supporters. All of them understand one truth. Your success is not only about what you know, but also about who you know. So, my friend, take a look at your circle today. Ask yourself, are these the people who help me grow, challenge me to improve, and inspire me to achieve more? If not, it is time to change your environment. Seek out ambitious people, supportive mentors, and positive peers. Join communities that share your goals. Attend seminars, workshops, and networking events. Invest in relationships with intention. Over time, your network will become a powerful asset that brings knowledge, opportunities, and wealth. Never forget this. The right people around you can accelerate your journey to wealth. The wrong people can slow you down or even stop you. Build your network carefully. Nurture your connections. Give value freely, and watch as doors open that you never thought possible. Way 6. Build the asset of mindset. Finally,
we come to the most powerful way to get rich: your mindset. Everything in life begins in the mind. Your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes shape your actions, your decisions, and ultimately your results. If your mind is poor, your life will be poor. If your mind is rich, your life will be rich. Your mindset is the lens through which you see the world. And the way you see the world determines the way you act in it. Think about this for a moment. Two people can have the same opportunities, the same resources, and the same starting point. Yet one becomes wealthy and the other struggles. Why? Because the difference lies in mindset. The person with a rich mindset sees opportunities where others see problems. They believe they can grow, learn, and create. They focus on solutions, not excuses. They approach challenges with curiosity and determination. The person with a poor mindset, on the other hand, sees obstacles everywhere. They focus on what they cannot do. They complain, doubt themselves, and let fear stop them from taking action. Let us look at some clear differences between poor and rich mindsets. A poor mindset says, "I cannot do this. I am not lucky. Money is evil. Life is unfair." A rich mindset asks, "How can I do this? What can I learn? How can I create opportunities?" Money is a tool to create freedom and impact. You see, it is not just about thinking positively. It is about thinking in a way that drives action. A rich mindset does not wait for luck. It creates its own luck. A rich mindset sees possibilities where others see limits. Your beliefs are powerful. They shape your behavior. Your behavior forms your habits, and your habits shape your destiny. This is why the rich focus so much on personal growth. They know that building wealth is not only about external actions. It is about internal development. They spend time training their minds daily. They read books that expand their thinking. They listen to motivational talks that inspire action. And they surround themselves with ideas that push them forward. They set big goals, write them down, and visualize their success. They guard against negative thoughts that try to creep in and sabotage their progress. Mindset also determines how you respond to failure. Every person faces challenges, setbacks, and mistakes. But your mind decides whether you will rise stronger or fall further. A poor mindset gives up at the first obstacle. It sees failure as proof that you are not capable. A rich mindset sees failure as a lesson, as feedback, as a step closer to success. Every millionaire has faced rejection, loss, or setbacks. But their mindset allowed them to learn, adapt, and continue moving forward. One key practice to build a rich mindset is speaking and thinking in abundance rather than scarcity. Scarcity mindset says, "There is not enough money, opportunity, or success for me." Abundance mindset says, there are unlimited opportunities. I can create wealth. I can grow. I can make a difference. When you start focusing on possibilities instead of limitations, your actions become aligned with growth and creation. You start noticing opportunities that others overlook. You take steps that others avoid. And slowly but surely, your world begins to change. Visualization is another powerful tool. The mind cannot always distinguish between reality and imagination. When you visualize success clearly, vividly, and with emotion, your mind begins to work toward it. Successful people use visualization to program their brains for achievement. They see themselves living the life they desire, achieving the goals they set, and overcoming obstacles. This mental rehearsal creates confidence, clarity, and focus. Your mindset also affects how you manage risk. People with a poor mindset fear failure, so they avoid taking chances. People with a rich mindset calculate risks carefully, but are willing to act. They know that the biggest rewards often come from taking smart, decisive action. They focus on what they can control and take responsibility for their results. Changing your mindset is not always easy. It requires consistent effort. You must catch negative thoughts, challenge limiting beliefs, and replace them with empowering ones. You must feed your mind daily with ideas, inspiration, and knowledge that align with wealth creation. You must practice gratitude, optimism, and self-belief. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. If your thoughts are small, your life will remain small. If your thoughts are big, your life will expand accordingly. Remember, your mind is the starting point for every great achievement. Money, opportunities, and success flow to those who have cultivated a mindset capable of seeing, believing, and acting. If you want to be rich, start reprogramming your mind today. Speak abundance. Think possibilities. Focus on solutions and believe in your ability to create wealth. The truth is simple. Change your mindset, and your money will change too. Build the inner asset of a rich mind, and all the external assets, knowledge, skills, time mastery, money discipline, and networks will work more effectively. Wealth is not just earned, it is grown, starting from the mind. Final words, the choice is yours. My dear friend, now you have learned the 6 ways to get rich. But understand this, these are not just ideas or tips. These are assets, powerful, life-changing assets that, when built and protected, will guarantee wealth. Knowledge, skills, time mastery, money discipline, networks, and mindset. Each of these assets is a building block. Together, they create a foundation so strong that no obstacle can break it. They are the tools that allow you to create not only financial success, but freedom, confidence, and a life full of possibilities. Here is the truth that most people ignore. Wealth does not come by chance. It does not come by luck. inheritance, or random miracles. Wealth is a decision, and it is built deliberately. Every rich person in history, whether Warren Buffett, Oprah Winfrey, or Elon Musk, did not stumble into wealth. They chose to build the right assets day after day, year after year. And now you have the same opportunity. You can decide today to follow the same path. You can decide to build your own future, brick by brick, starting with these 6 assets. At this point, I want you to imagine your life 10 years from now. Will you be living the same way you are now? Wasting time? Giving in to distractions? Letting fear control your choices? Complaining about life? And watching opportunities pass by? Or will you be the person who took action, who worked on building knowledge, skills, and mindset, who managed time and money wisely, who surrounded themselves with the right people, and who created a life of abundance? That person is within you. The difference is simply choice. Here on my channel, English Achieve, we focus on empowering you not only to improve your English, but also to improve your life. These lessons are more than words. They are tools to help you grow, act, and achieve. By applying them consistently, you become someone who is not just dreaming about wealth, but actively creating it. You become someone who inspires others, provides for family, and lives freely on their own terms. You do not need to wait for permission, for luck, or for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. Remember this simple but powerful rule. Do not chase money. Chase assets. Money will always follow the person who builds value, who masters their skills, who uses time wisely, who controls their spending, who nurtures the right relationships, and who trains their mind for success. The money is only the reward. The real power is in the assets you build along the way. So, my friend, the choice is yours. You can continue living like everyone else, letting life pass you by, or you can rise above. You can commit today to building these 6 assets. You can choose discipline over comfort, growth over stagnation, action over procrastination. You can become the person who turns dreams into reality, who turns obstacles into opportunities, and who lives a life of true wealth and freedom. The decision is simple. The path is clear. The power is in your hands. Are you ready to build? Are you ready to rise? Are you ready to take control of your life and your future? The time is now. Your wealth, your freedom, and your destiny are waiting for you. Take the first step today and never look back.